The official police report is clinical. It describes a male victim found in a locked apartment with blunt force trauma to the head. The time of death is recorded at exactly 2:48 a.m. However, the most significant evidence wasn't physical. It was a digital broadcast sent from the victim's own phone to every contact in his list. The image showed the victim already deceased on the floor, framed from behind by a tall, unidentified figure. This timeline reveals the central impossibility of the investigation. The police logged the death at 2:48, yet the metadata proves the photo of the murder was created at 2:47 a.m. The hardware itself offers no immediate answers. It is an unbranded, imported device purchased 3 days earlier from a roadside vendor. Understanding how a photo could predict a murder requires us to treat the victim's final 3 days of smartphone usage as a forensic digital footprint. For the first 24 hours, the phone functioned perfectly. The victim noted the high processing speed and exceptional camera quality, which helped normalize the presence of the new device in his life. The first anomaly occurred at 2:14 a.m. the following night. The victim woke to a single system notification: photo saved. The gallery contained this image. It is a high-angle shot taken from the corner of the room, a perspective that would require a camera to be mounted where nothing but empty space existed. The file was timestamped at 2:13 a.m. The phone had somehow captured the room exactly 60 seconds before the notification appeared. The victim checked the apartment immediately. The doors were locked, the windows were closed, and he was completely alone. He eventually dismissed the event as a software glitch. This is a common psychological defense, attributing a digital anomaly to a coding error to avoid acknowledging a physical threat. On the second night, the pattern repeated. At 2:27 a.m., the device vibrated with another "photo saved" alert. The second photo showed the victim in his kitchen, his back to the camera, holding a knife. This created a severe behavioral contradiction. The victim had been in bed the entire night. He had no memory of entering the kitchen or handling any utensils. The image also contained a new element, an impossibly tall, humanoid shadow standing directly behind the subject's back. A physical search of the kitchen followed. The knife was exactly where it belonged in the block. Nothing had been moved, yet the photo remained in the phone's storage. For the third night, the victim changed tactics. He stayed awake, sat on the floor, and kept the camera application open and visible in his hand. He watched the clock pass 2:40 a.m. in total silence, then 2:45. At 2:46 a.m., the device reacted. The proximity of the shadow in that second photo suggested the camera was no longer documenting the physical room. It was capturing a presence that existed only through the lens. At 2:46 a.m., the phone vibrated in the victim's hand, even though he had not moved or touched the controls. The resulting photo was the exact image later found by the police, the victim lying on the floor with a fatal head injury. This graph plots the final chronological break. The third photograph projected 60 seconds into the future, carrying a timestamp of 2:47 a.m. Seconds later, the victim heard slow, wet breathing coming from the air directly behind his head. The phone froze, and the mass upload to his contacts began automatically. He was unable to cancel the transmission or power down the device. A final message appeared on the screen: front camera active. Through the reflection of the glass, the victim saw his own face looking back at him from behind his shoulder, distorted, broken, and smiling. The anomalous device bridged the gap between a digital premonition and a physical execution. The victim's own digital identity had been engineered into the instrument of his death.